So in this video we look ahead to the 2015 Formula 1 season. Yes, I know the 2014 season has literally just finished, but in Formula 1 everyone starts looking towards next season even while the current season is still going on. You begin back in August, sometimes earlier, to get all kinds of talk about which driver is going to be driving for what team, and the teams all turn their attention to the cars for next season. Because they need to start working on those almost straight away to make sure they're going to be competitive. Now, based on all the talk, all the rumours, all the news about driver moves, what we have at the moment is a situation where Sebastian Vettel, currently at Red Bull, will spend next season at Ferrari. That's been confirmed. Interesting move because Ferrari have really struggled over the past couple of years, particularly this season, where despite having arguably the strongest lineup in terms of drivers, the car has really let them down and they haven't been able to get anywhere remotely close to the front of the grid. So although Vettel's had a hard year at Red Bull, and although he's been outshone by his new teammate Daniel Ricciardo, you might have argued he'd be better staying put because the Red Bull car is still a good car, and with the experience they have, they'd be more likely to offer him a good car next season. But he's on his way to Ferrari, and some people reckon that he's running away because of Ricciardo, because Ricciardo has comprehensively beaten him this season. But who knows? Who knows? Only Vettel can answer that question for a fact. He says he's leaving because he just feels it's the right time to do so. And to be fair to Vettel, he does need to prove himself outside of his comfort zone. There's a question mark around him over whether he's one of the true greats, because every year that he's won the World Championship, he's had arguably the best car, or certainly a car very, very close to being the best every single year. He hasn't really tested himself outside of that comfort zone just yet. Speaking of Daniel Ricciardo, he's going to be staying put at Red Bull next season, and he will be partnered by Toro Rosso's Danny Kvyat. Interesting decision because Kvyat's only had 1 year in Formula 1 so far. He's just completed his first season, and already he's being promoted up to the Red Bull team. So obviously Red Bull bosses must see something in him that suggests he could be a serious force for them in the future. As for Ferrari, well, they're losing Fernando Alonso. Alonso has confirmed he's leaving Ferrari, and Ferrari have confirmed this as well. What's not known is where he's going. A lot of people think that he's going to go to McLaren. That's the strongest of all the rumours. McLaren, meanwhile, have a decision to make if that is the case. They have Jenson Button on their books, who is a world champion and the most experienced driver on the grid right now. And they also have newcomer Kevin Magnussen, whose first season in Formula 1 has just come to an end. Now, the strong feeling, the strong vibe coming from F1 sites and reports and all of that suggests that it might be Jenson Button that actually stands aside to make way for Alonso, which I think would be a bad decision because Button has more experience. Button has comfortably outperformed Magnussen throughout the season, finishing with more than twice as many points, in fact. But I think it could be less to do with driving talent and perhaps even partly to do with money. Let's face it, Button will command higher wages than Magnussen. Alonso will expect high wages. And from a financial point of view, it makes sense to keep on Magnussen. Also, they might feel that because Button is getting towards the end of his career, they want a young driver who can learn and go forward. So maybe they're sort of gambling on Magnussen's potential a bit as well. Who knows? Who knows? More later on.